I I just had to come in and be live. So I am a hot ritualistic mess because I'll post some videos later and you'll see, hey guys, but I just came up out of the woods from drumming up the sun on this full moon. And I don't know if you've learned this yet, but crone work is mostly done with the sun. So the moon is great. I love it. Yes, it was a full moon last night, but I'm going to wake up to the energy of the sun and fill up my body with that light every day. So this morning, hey everybody, I went down and had a ritual fire, and I'm going to show you some images from it so you can actually see. So here's my fire. As you can see, I'm offering mushrooms to the fire. I do this quite often because I work with trees and mycelium. So on this fire right here, you can actually see applewood. It is the time of year that I start working with applewood. You probably won't find this in any books. I don't know why I get called to work with applewood at this time. It just is. So I tend to burn it. I also burn grapevines that are a connection to the, and I'm totally info dumping because I'm in autistic high, but I need you guys to see what this looks like. So here I am, and I can actually see something in the flame in this. I literally just walked in the door. So I wanted to give you this as soon as it comes out. So then I offered to the fire and I asked for me to have like an easier go of things. And I did that with some of my medicine, some nootropic tea. And I asked the universe, please let this medicine help me even more than it already has helped me. And then I gave an offering to Ganesh. And I always give an offering to Ganesh, especially when there is a time in my life when it just feels like something's not coming easily. So I gave some rose petals to Ganesh. I gave some oils to Ganesh. I gave him some healing oils. So Copaiba, I think, is one of them that helps pain because my pain has been really bad. And in this shot, you may notice something. Does anybody notice what is sitting right beside Ganesh? And I did not put those there. So let me just zoom in a little bit for you. Oh no, that's the same one. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. What are those people? Growing at Ganesh's feet. This is how magic works. What you're seeing right here is Ganesh telling me that mushrooms are going to heal me and mushrooms are going to help me. This is my connection to mushrooms. After I did this little ritual, I went and I walked around the woods, and I don't know if I actually took any pictures while I was doing that, but keep watching. Let me see. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, but I will show you, like, this is where, you're going to see Freya. This is where I burn my ritual fires. It is not a fancy temple. It is not some, like, Pinterest page perfection. It is my woodland forest temple. To the left is where I do my sacred rituals, which you will never see. That's my temple. This is at the foot of my temple. And the temple isn't it's not like this big fancy thing. It's literally a temple that I have made in the forest with the trees and some other things. And this is where I do the majority of my work. So when this was just at the very beginning, and that's my dog Freya in the background. The temple is actually to Freya and Odin. And Freya walked right in there and sat down. This was the first time I had also ever brought Freya down to the forest without a leash. And I'm still in awe because check this out. This was this was going to be my test today. Could I do all of this and maintain my sanity? And this is where Freya sat most of the time I was doing my ritual. So I have this little teepee down there, and it's literally because I used it for my photography. It has nothing to do with anything in particular. It was just like, oh shit, I have a canvas teepee that I could store stuff in. So it has nothing to do with my traditions, just so you know. It's just I had it on hand. I like to reuse things. So I store a lot of the stuff that I use down in the woods in this teepee. And I've been training Freya, well, today was the first day. She sat there the whole time. And let me tell you, when you have a dog that loves to wander, that alone is a miracle. So when I realized that Ganesh had grown me some mushrooms, and what I was asking for during this ritual, isn't she awesome? I gave Ganesh some offerings because my relationship with the mycelium here on my property over the last 5 years has just gone crazy. And now they're growing me. These are actually honey mushrooms. You can eat them. And they're showing up in my property in the thousands. And that was one of my very first connections to mycelium. They told me that I didn't have to do anything, that they were going to bring the mushrooms to me. And I didn't really understand what that meant. And it has taken me 5 years to get to this place that I now understand what they meant when they said, we will bring the mushrooms to you. You don't have to do any of the work. So I just have to make my forest a happy environment for the mushrooms, and they keep bringing me insane amount of mushrooms. And today, during my, actually this was yesterday during one of my walks. Oh, I won't have it on here. I need to do my iCloud. So let's get rid of this. So I just wanted to share some of my ritual craziness with you so you can see how this actually like in real time works. This is the first time that I had been down to that specific fire for probably over a month and a half. I hadn't been down there to burn fires. So this was the first time I was burning this morning. And I'll share some of those rituals with you so you can see what that looks like and how I do my work. But honestly, I only ever ritualize when I'm called to go to the forest. And 2 days ago, I told my friend Nagme, I've been called to go to the forest. And usually what I do is I just make myself available to the forest. So I make sure that I'm going into the forest every day. I'm not going out with intention. And then every day I'll just get a little message from the forest. So yesterday I was out in the backwoods where I have another temple and another offering stone and healing, because I have one at all 4 corners, right? That's what we do. So I have offering stones all throughout my property, and I work with the energies here on the property. And those energies are the trees. Those energies is the mycelium. It's the mycorrhizome. It's the plants. It's all of it. That's what I'm connecting with. I'm connecting with the earth and the medicine that grows here. So when motherwort showed up all over my property and gooseberries showed up all over my property, I knew it was time to mother myself and go deep. Start paying attention to the direct environment around you, and it will teach you more than any book, than any wisdom from any other person. Start integrating a connection with nature and a relationship of reciprocity, and everything will start to show up for you. And your magic will become so powerful that it even... There's a whole bunch of crows outside my window in the trees. Your magic will become so powerful that you no longer have to look for answers anywhere else except for in your own environment. You will know, I don't use cards anymore, people. I don't use candle. Like, I don't use the tools that I learned how to use in the ways that I used to use them, because my relationship with myself and the land has become so much stronger because I'm trusting myself and I'm trusting what I'm seeing. And the mushrooms are allowing me to trust that. So start a connection with mycelium, because your gardens will flourish and your life will just get a whole lot fucking easier. So when you see mushrooms, and I'm not talking about the magic kind, people. This doesn't have to be the magic kind. I just happened to step into that because I had some really deep, dark places I had to go. And that really seemed like the only thing that was going to help me. And it did. I'm talking about mycelium. I'm talking about the mushrooms that grow in the ground, that grow in the woods, that you eat probably maybe once a week. If you don't like mushrooms, figure out why, because they are the key. But start paying attention to mushrooms. And mushrooms, I tell you, are going to start showing up everywhere. In fashion, in like everything. I mean, they've already started to, but it's going to get crazy. And there's going to be a point where you're just going to know just as much as Emma knows about mycelium, because they are the key to healing. You know, reishi is good for leveling your mood down, but I've got to go. I could talk about this shit forever because it's my hyper focus right now. Ritual is crazy when you let it be crazy. So go find your wild somewhere that is comfortable for you. Mine's in the woods. Where's your wild? Bye for now, wildlings.